Oh boy, it's time for another video because the CPI numbers came out. In other words, inflation numbers. And the markets are panicking. I did not expect that myself. I thought inflation numbers would be slightly lower this month. But the expectation was an increase of 0.7%. However, the actual CPI was 1% month over month and 8.6% year over year. Some of you commented, yeah, but core inflation is going down. Well, even core inflation, which includes food and gas, was up 0.6% month over month. This is the highest inflation since 1981, and that's with the manipulation by the government to artificially lower the CPI. So much for the peak inflation narrative. And the economy isn't in bad shape enough for the Fed to reverse course. So this is terrible news for the stock market. So what now? Are we going into hyperinflation? Is everything over? Well, take the example of Weimar Germany, which is probably the most famous example of hyperinflation. It took Weimar Germany 9 years from the point of starting to print money to hyperinflation. 9 years. These things take time. And I want to end this video with a video I made last month explaining how inflation is measured. Because there's still comments under my videos that say, oh, inflation is going down. And in the video I'm about to show you, I show you how inflation is not going down, even though the CPI number is declining. But before we go ahead, please consider joining my premium newsletter. Not only do I teach my strategy for investing, but I also help you with 5 blog posts a week to help you understand the fundamentals, and instead of throwing you a fish, I actually show you how to fish for yourself. And if you're in Germany, it gets even better because I made my channel and my work online to my actual job. And me and my team are working on a project right now, how to make 100K a year in just 36 months. I know it might sound a little scammy, but it's not. So if you're sick and tired of your 9 to 5 and you want to do something in finance like me, check out the website, fill out the form, and let's see if we can work together. And now, back to the video. Oh look, inflation has peaked. CPI numbers this month are 8.2% in comparison to last month with 8.5%. Well, since inflation is going to go down slowly, we can all go home now, right? And go back and invest into tech and crypto. Not so fast. Let me explain to you how inflation is measured using this candy here as an example. And no, that's not any advertisement for Japanese candy, but it's pretty good. Imagine you buying this candy bar here for $1, and now it goes up in price to $1.25. That's a 25% increase. Now imagine it's going up to $1.50. In comparison to the increase that already happened, the price only went up 20%. Now imagine the price goes up another 25 cents, so meaning the end price is $1.75. That last increase is only an increase of 16.7%. In our example, inflation peaked when this candy was priced at $1.25. And that's why inflation has quote-unquote peaked this month. Because you measure inflation year by year. So the inflation in 2021 was so high because it was compared to a non-inflationary year, 2020. And year-over-year inflation this year, 2022, is slightly less than last year because we're comparing an inflationary year to another inflationary year. This is just one of the tricks they're using to fool you. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to let this plus sign here disappear. And if you have time, what I just explained was a post on my blog on Patreon. I already have 26 loyal supporters. And in return for supporting me, they get 5 blog posts a week, explaining everything you need to know what's happening in the world to understand the fundamentals and how economics works. And you can apply that knowledge to whatever strategy you're using to maximize your investments. Have a look, check it out, maybe it's for you. The link is in the bio. Thank you and take care.